lot harder than I thought. Not with what I have. Awesome. Nice. Looking good. Stream. You know what? It's not that bad. I have done a lot worse, but trying to angle up my cell phone to where I want this at. Just trying to adjust it just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Okay. That's gonna have to work for right now. Maybe back it up just a hair. Looks all right. Cool. Alrighty, we're just gonna sit here and chill. Wait for you guys to show up. I'm gonna mess around with some settings. I guess it would be better if this was long. I guess. Let's see if that would look better. Oh. Can I not rotate this? Hold on. I'm trying to see how I want to do this. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, that's very unfortunate. Okay. Thank you for crushing my dreams, YouTube. It's legit. I'm gonna move this over just a hair. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Trying to adjust the camera so you guys can kind of basically see everything. Having a cold beer. Cool. Get some stuff in here. Get the gear. That'll belt ready. Cool. See, how does that look on camera? That looks okay. It could be a little bit better. Yeah. That looks terrible, but you know what? We're gonna have to roll with it. Oh my god. What if I could just lower this just a cunt hair? Just a hair. Good enough. Okay, awesome. So, guys, how's it going? My name's JDam, and this is basically a Milsim prep video going over everything that I'll be running this weekend. I'll be attending Mr. Tactical's homecoming event, which is actually where AMS, American Milsim's Arsenal field was, the location out in Indiana. So it's a really big AO, and this year we are running UFS Forces, or I think they call it UAE something, but it's basically US Forces is what we're going to do. If you guys have any questions, feel free. I'm also looking at chat right now, so if you guys have anything to ask, honestly, feel free. You know what? This is kind of just a time for us to just chill. I'm going to go over everything. Basically, nothing too complex, all that jazz. So, and then, of course, the upload from this live stream will go on the channel probably tomorrow. So, yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, so... All right, so basically we're running UFS Forces, so we're running basically TAN for this event. Granted, I'm also going to be running some multicam, basically a multicam chest plate carrier right here. Got some goodies on that. Let's see if I can try to adjust the camera so you can actually see it. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so... this is basically the base setup of what we're basically going to run. This is a JPC that I'm running with my Juggernaut case phone holder. Typically for bigger Milsim games, just huge events where the AO is absolutely massive. There's smart apps that's basically like a GPS of the field with your team guys, locations, and all that stuff. So it's really cool to have this Juggernaut phone case here. Just so when I lose sight of my guys or I need to know what objective is still up and what's currently being contested, I can obviously pull up from the app, but I would usually set my phone in here and then I just attach it to the top of the plate carrier. But it also keeps my phone out of the way and on me, so for an emergency, if I need to, I can use it. Of course, running down, we do have the Haley Strategic Micro setup right here. Nothing new. I've definitely ran this for a while now, but I like it from Milsim's just because it's more of a slicker front, and of course that I can carry intel and other stuff on me for that. Also keep my business cards too, which I recently just started doing. So I'm gonna try to adjust the light here. This is so hard. I'm doing this on a cell phone. Actually, no, that doesn't look that bad. I'm looking at the other camera. No, that looks great. Cash money. Let's go. Okay, so I got some new stuff. I'm rocking some new additions to the setup that I'm definitely going to attempt to get a review for during this game. The first one being is that I got a brand new belt setup, and it's nothing super fancy. It's actually just a 511 belt, but it's got some really clean cut for the nylon that they use that I think would look really good. So basically a brand new belt system. I am running my Glock 19. I can't show the guns right now. YouTube has a policy on live streams that if I show a firearm or hold a firearm or anything like that, they would automatically assume that I'm trying to sell or something that violates it. I do have them over there on the table, and we will actually get a look at them. I believe as long as there's no mag and me physically not holding it, I'll be okay. But if the live stream magically goes down, that's why. But I'm going to save that to the end because right now I kind of want to just go over the gear right now. So anyhow, yeah, so we're just running a plain JPC. We got the multi-cam setup going here with the Juggernaut case. Really, really good and very useful for Milsim events. Just because, like I said, you have your phone on you, you can download a map, get your guys' location. Very, very helpful. Highly recommend that. Of course, we got the Haley Strategic little micro in the front. Probably going to buy a new one this weekend. Kind of want to play around with the front, so we'll see how that goes. Of course, for radio setup, nothing too complex. This is just a Baofeng that I have stuffed into my Cumberland setup that I'm running for this event. Nothing too complex and fancy. It's honestly more of just to hold on to important gear for the event. And of course, we have our push to talk attached to it right there. This is so hard to do. I wish I had a phone bipod if they made that. But yeah. So moving in, I actually upgraded my iPro to something really cool. So recently, especially on social media, I've been seeing a lot of talk from these guys. I think they're probably called Valkyrie. But basically, if you have an XFOG system, it will combine the XFOG with the flow that goes right into the eyewear, which is actually really dirty, so I apologize. But in doing so, it also does a gasket too. So I'm getting pretty good eye protection. And then from the XFOG tube that would go in from the top, it would blow air out this side right here to literally eliminate fog. And of course, I don't have to worry about pesky tubes in my eye. Absolutely annoying. But this is really cool. This is actually like $45. I just recently picked it up, and I'm going to use it for the first time but it's basically, it helps with the flow of air, and it also acts as a gasket. So iPro is now taken care of. But this is for the Oakley M-frame model. But I picked this up for like $45, and it's all rubber. It's like a really flexy rubber material, which is really cool. I was afraid it was going to be bits of like 3D printed plastic. But for the most part, it's pretty solid. So I'm really excited to run this for the event, honestly. This will be pretty good. So hopefully, yeah, that goes pretty well. So anyway, going back to this big behemoth. I've never really shown this before, but this is actually the CAMS carry bag by 511, and CAMS stands for carry all my stuff, or I like to call it carry all my shit. That's basically what it does. And this is really cool. It's like a portable station where I can keep my guns, keep my gear. I have dividers for magazine, batteries, ammo, utility pouches in the back. It's really cool. It's a tad bit bigger. It's more of like a big storage system, but I usually take it on me for Milsims just so I can have everything that I need packed away in here. And then I have a divider. This top section I will dedicate to GoPros, my helmet, and then down here I'll put the belt setup and the plate carrier as well. But this is a really cool bag. For what it is, it just keeps everything secure for me, especially if, let's say I'm not playing and I want to store everything. Everything that I need is in here, so if I want to go out and play, I just pop it open, and honestly, I'm good to go. I've had this for about 2 years, but I've never really made a video on it. I didn't really think it would be that interesting. But for the most part, I mean, it's pretty solid for what it is. It's definitely have been with me for a while. It's fun bringing in for open plays because you'll just see this massive trunk full of gear and guns just walking in, and some people wonder if I'm literally bringing my whole armory. In a way, I could. I want to say if I really wanted to stuff this, I could probably fit 5 rifles, maybe some rifles and some smaller SMGs. I can definitely fit the LMG. Just a lot comes with this. It's massive, honestly, pretty big. So I'm gonna zip that up, and of course it comes with a little patch Sling, so I put some patches on there. Classics, absolutely. So anyway, going back into the new gear. So recently I've updated my belt setup, something a little bit more newer. This is a 511 belt that I picked up over the weekend, and it's a low profile belt, which is what I usually prefer to run, just because I don't want anything bulky, honestly stabbing me. Trying to flip this around for you guys. There we go. Quick detach in the front right here, and then I have a lanyard right here for frags. Prepping frags for Milsim events is really helpful. Of course, onto the side right here, I got a double Kiwi setup. So this is a Kiwi pistol magazine holder. I usually run Sig mags or Glock mags. They're interchangeable. They work. And then, of course, I have another Kiwi for an AR style mag, because it's good to have a spare on your belt at all time. And then, of course, nothing fancy except this. We do have a really fancy dump pouch that does actually roll up if I want it to be low profile. I really have been playing around with dump pouches solely for the fact that when I run around, especially at Milsims, and if this is full of mags, my mags will start falling out, and I've lost countless on the field. So make sure you always write your name on your mag too, so you don't lose that. But I wanted to putz around for something a little bit fancier. I did pick this up on Amazon, and it has a flap right up here on the top, just so I can keep the roof on everything good to go. But it's just a cheap, mag dump pouch. Nothing fancy about it. And then, of course, over here with the thigh holster, I am running the Tex Arms 19X hip holster with a band that goes around my thigh. Like I said, I do have the guns over there. I do have to wait to show you guys just so YouTube doesn't take down the live stream. But basically, I'll be running this setup for the event. I'm not really going to use my Glock 19 that much, but it would be good practice to have it on me and to draw from it. Now, granted, I am bringing the Flux kit, which is the new pistol kit that I picked up, if you guys have not seen the gameplay footage of that. But yeah, so anyway, let's move up to the helmet. So this is the same helmet setup that I have in my updated video on the channel a few weeks ago. Again, we're running the PTS Flux helmet, and then I have a Gear Dynamic helmet cover on top. This is a event where I need to run tan, but the bottom layer of this is actually multicam black. I've just been lazy instead of pulling it off. So I'm just going to run this scrim on top just to be a little lazy, a little bit of a weird boy. But I do like the look of scrims on helmets, especially for Milsim events. So I'm not mad. I don't care. Of course, we are running our X-Fog system in the back of the helmet. This will literally make or break your Milsim event, solely for the fact that if you're having really bad issues of fogging, I mean, it's a nightmare. So obviously invest in your well-being and get yourself an X-Fog. I have it stashed. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I have it stashed right here in this night vision battery pack set up just so it keeps it out of the way. And then, of course, I have the tubes running through the helmet and then inside the helmet running out here. And then, of course, I'll attach this to my iPro, and I'm good to go. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, same setup as my video that I did last time about it. For the Ear Pro, these are just standard, basically replica earmuffs. Nothing fancy about them. But they do work better than the ones I did run before. We do have a AXL adapter kit for the amp arms to the Flex helmet. What I like about it. But yeah, basically that's kind of what I'm running for the main gear for that as well. So we have the JPC multicam, the basic setup, I would say, with the phone holder as well. And then, of course, the helmet setup, which is pretty much standard to what I really do. So yeah, so anyways, like I said, I'm pretty new to live streams, so I am learning the more I do this. So please bear with me. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to try to set this down for you guys. Because there is some cool stuff that I am actually going to be running. That's, in my eyes, an upgrade, obviously, to what I'm used to. I'm going to grab some beer. But yeah. It's a basic setup for right now. Let's see. Actually, I'll leave that there. I'll put that on last. So, hydration. Hydration will literally make it or break it for any event, especially when it comes to outside. You know, you want to make sure you're hydrated prior to showing up to the event. You want to make sure you are constantly drinking fluids throughout the event, even if it's colder. I know this is the end of October, but I'm assuming that this event will probably be pretty cold. So, you know, preparing for that helps. So, I usually run a hydration bladder. Got rid of it just because I wanted to free up space in my flat pack, which will be on the back of my JPC. I haven't installed it yet. It's still on my chest rig setup. But without the bladder, I now have actual space to minimize and use this for what it needs. So I was probably going to put the Flux kit, pistol kit in this as a backup. And then, of course, some magazines down here for teammates who need mags, anything like that for the meantime. But with that being said, we do indeed run ice performance, ice plates. Really like these. So basically, these are like plates that you would put in an insert of your plate carrier. Like so, it would literally go in where plates would go. But this would actually hold water. And it's, I want to say, holds the same amount as a like normal size bladder that you would put. But with this being in a plate, you know, obviously you're getting some cold on your backside, which is good to help you from cooling off and all that jazz. But it also stores water as well. So I would usually run this right in the back, and I have a hose that I'll reach out at the side. And then that frees up my backpack so I can actually put gear that I would need on there. Like extra ammo, mags, putting a secondary backup weapon in case I need it. It's right there. But yeah, ice plates. It's really cool. I've been a big fan of them since I've owned this for about a year. Really, really cool. It does help. It keeps you from dying on the field from dehydration. You know, you got to treat that seriously. So I'll set that in there. Okay, so a couple other things other than the fancy iPro. Going through here, face protection. Face protection is going to be a must. I mean, for this field, it's a pretty big event, so we'll be fighting from indoor to buildings to outdoor. So obviously, good face protection goes a long way. Protects you from when your teeth shot out. That's pretty straightforward. Ooh, excuse me. So of course, I have two models right here. I have this standard low profile black one. It's a hard mesh on the front, and then like thin material on the side, but it basically goes around. And then of course I have this other one, a little bit more of a fancier one that I've ran a lot. You've probably seen in photos and whatnot. I can either run this on the outside of my face mask or the inside, but it does keep my smile from being shot out. I mean, to be honest, getting shot in the mouth hurts regardless. But this definitely comes in handy. Definitely appreciate these. I do have two running in case one of my teammates needs it. So yeah, definitely a biggie. I do not play without it. I don't want to risk it. I don't want my mouth to get shot out. None of that. Like that wouldn't be fun at all. So, all right. Let me take a look. Okay, so grenade prep. I brought this up earlier, but I guess I didn't really talk about that much. So, obviously for Milsim events, EG67s are usually what most people run. Me and my guys like to tape them. We like to do some frag prep. And basically we would tie the pull pin off to the side and wrap it around with duct tape. This is so when you pull it, you don't actually have to pull far. You only have to pull a shorter distance. And then I would have this on a key ring right here on my system. It's right off of my opposite side. So my rifle side would be my right side. And then the left side would be where I have my frags prepped, set up, ready to go. I would typically run probably 4 frags at a time and then have the rest either back at base camp or back in my flat pack over there. But basically, like I said, what you really want to do is just tape around with the pen, and it will keep it from jingling and give it a short pull when you do need to use them. But yeah, prepping frags, always fun. Always fun. Very fun. Yeah, cool. Got some gloves here. These are just standard mechanic gloves, nothing fancy, other than they do have padding on the fingers, so finger shots don't hurt as much. They do have some texture on the front with a little bit of dog hair from the looks of it. But yeah, basic gloves, relatively cheap, $15 on Amazon. They work, and they prevent your fingers from being shot out. You know, it's fine. I like it. It gets the job done and all that jazz. Toss that in the sack. All right, so for the next thing that I find really important is a speed loader. You know, an Odin speed loader, these things rock. Absolutely banging. Love these. So I can just put a mag in relatively quick. Which I think that's, yeah, right there. And then I would crank it with BBs. So actually, I don't know if I could show that. I don't want YouTube to think I'm doing something I'm not. It's fake. It's not real. Relax. Yeah, so basically, I would usually run speed loader on me at all times. Granted, at Milsim events, they typically have rules on how much ammo you're allowed to carry. So for American Milsim, you can have no more than 7 magazines. So that's 7 of your rifle plus, I guess, 3 or 4 for your sidearm. But usually I have this in my pack, so as I'm back at camp, I can pull this out and then load it and then get back into the action. But with this being such a low profile loader, I could definitely have these in my cummerbund itself if I wanted to. So that's helpful. That works. Actually, I didn't show you guys this. I think you guys would find this to be really cool. So no, that's the wrong camera. Come back. Okay, cool. Okay, so looking at the JPC here, right? Obviously, the whole setup in my eyes is I'm going for more of a comfortable role, because you have to think you're wearing this for about 12 to 14 hours a day, plus an additional 6 hours at night if there's night games. So trying to find a setup that's going to be light and definitely comfortable does come into consideration when it comes to these events. So I've actually been introduced to this by my boy Chefsoff, call sign Chef, I'm sorry. And it's like a very nice thick padding that you would go over the shoulders. And I've got this for the JPC, but they have it for different variants of plate carriers. But these are absolutely really cool. So, you know, with it being off of Amazon, you know, I didn't really have high expectations, obviously. But it's pretty damn comfortable for what it is. And the material is actually, it's like a really nice nylon. And it has like these cutouts. So if I wanted to run like my hydration bladder, the tube, I can. Or if I need to run like wires for my radio, I can run it through here. Gets out of the way and all that stuff. But it's actually relatively thick. Very nice padding. They do have multiple colors. But I gotta say, you would never really think to upgrade your shoulder pads, but I gotta say, like, it will literally save you at the end of the day, because you're going to be dead tired. You're going to be running around, shooting at people, dodging shots, being crazy, jumping in and out of buildings, in and out of vehicles, all that special stuff. So definitely, I'm trying to become more comfortable rocking this stuff out, and these definitely do the job. With, of course, the combinations to the trying to see for you guys, the cummerbunds too. It's a little bit dirty, but I don't really care. Yeah, those help too. Definitely get the job done. But yeah, basically the setup. I don't know how I feel about this helmet scrim. Yes, so to answer your question, they do. So this basically for the normal Odin speed loaders, they do work for all M4 mags. But they do have adapters, which is basically third parties that 3D print adapters that fit down in here, where you could put like MP5 mags or pistol mags or like a 308 style rifle. But for the main basic versions, it's typically just M4. I've tried this with PTS mags, Elite Force mags. KWA mags do work. Those are basically the really common ones that I've come across. But it's actually not that big. Let me pull out a mag for you guys so you can kind of see, like, with it being compared in size, obviously it's thicker, yeah, but it still has the, same shape diameter in the front. Like, it's not super duper bulky. It's probably as thick as like 2 mags stacked together. Yeah, no, these are really nice. You can get them. I know a lot of field pro shops carry them. Do be careful. There is repos, cheap knockoff versions, but Odin are the original guys who made these speed loaders. Really, really nice. Highly recommend them just because of how easy it is to load mags, especially for like Milsims. I got, good God, I got like quite a few mags that I gotta go load, but to just load it up, relatively simple. It makes it work. I like it a lot. So yeah. So I kind of want to put on the different helmet cover, but I also like the multicam black with the aired scrim. It's kind of lame, but I like it. I think it's unique. If you guys are looking for scrims, hey, check out my guys, Gear Dynamic. It's a Canadian company, but hey, they make really cool scrims. A lot of variety in colors too. You're getting a lot. I got multicam arid, but that was before I picked up the Tiger Stripe. So, but for what it is, it's cool. I like it. I don't mind it. So, but yeah, I'm really excited for that. Hopefully it works out well. Okay, so another new piece of gear that I picked up was also at the 511 shop. So typically I run a Dangler, these little things that you would put underneath and run. Typically I would run GoPro batteries in these with nightsticks or maybe a multi-tool or electrical tape. And for what this is, and this is actually a Spiritus one, for what it is, it's fine. It gets the job done. I don't care. But for this year at this event, I was actually going to pick up a medic roll. So I wanted to pick up something a little bit bigger. So I decided to pick up a 511 Dangler. I wanted to try it out. It looked really cool in their shop with the gear. Definitely it's a lot bigger, but you got to think about with it being lower. So like my lower stomach would be protected, obviously. But I can of course get some gear in here. Let me set the phone down so I can actually show you guys the absolute space this bad boy runs. It's actually relatively roomy, which I guess is not needed, but I really have the extra space in case I need to bring extra things on the boat. So of course I have my real life tourniquet on the bottom of my Dangler. Always have it for emergency situations. Of course we have some glow-in-the-night sticks as well, some chemis. There is a night game for this event, so these are really good. It's also good to maybe drop on a stairway or possibly near a campsite, just so you don't like fall. You can actually see where you're going and whatnot. I did put some patches on the front just for shits and giggles. 511 does have some pretty funny patches. But yeah, let's bust this bad boy open. There is a lot of goodies in here. So I'm gonna keep my dead rag and other stuff. Yeah, this is basically the setup. So there is some stretchy nylon back here, some pretty wide ones, and then some skinny ones. So if I wanted to run more glow sticks, I could. What I'm gonna do is, because it's separated into like 3 pockets, so you have the front pocket, the main pocket, and then this top pocket here. So it's definitely roomy. You have a lot of variety on what you can put in this bad boy. Trying to get the light, trying to angle it down so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll probably put smoke grenades in here. I think I can fit probably 4 in this pack, and then I'm also going to dedicate the front for GoPro batteries. I'm trying to find a good place to keep GoPro batteries on me that won't get in the way. So I'll probably put it in the front here. But I like this a lot just because of like how roomy it is. The variety of what I can run in this is relatively, I mean, it's useful. I find it to be useful, especially for like Milsim events where you're going to carry a little bit more gear on you. I could probably put snacks in here too. Who wouldn't want to enjoy a good snack, obviously. But yeah, so the 511 Dangler, new to me. I don't know when it came out, but I'm honestly going to try it out this weekend. I'm going to see if I like it. Hopefully I do. I don't see why I wouldn't. But it's definitely bigger. Where's my old one? So it's definitely bigger than my Spiritus one, for sure. I guess it would be size of like a lunchbox by Spiritus. But no, obviously I can get a lot more carried on with this, and then I'll just slap it down here underneath the pouch. So yep. Of course, speed loader. Got to get a speed loader. Actually, probably put that in ammo, and then dead rag. You got to have a dead rag and a kill light, especially for night ops, night games. I mean, some of these buildings are dark. Sometimes there's tunnels, secret back rooms, all that stuff. So kill lights are really cool. It will prevent you from being overshot, which obviously nobody wants to get overshot. That's not fun. So, yeah. Sling. Okay. So. Woo! Excuse me. So obviously, you know, slings are important. I don't run anything super duper fancy. This is a Haley strategic sling. Nothing too fancy about it. I'm actually looking at a different sling at the moment, so stay tuned for that. But for what this is, it's relatively good. It's got a pull tab, so when it's set up, I don't need it. I can just pull it to adjust the length. But it's nothing too fancy. Just a plain little sling. Ooh. And then some Velcro that I'll probably wrap up the antenna so it's not like forming, even though that I can technically bend it whichever way that I want it. So I'll probably just stack it right there. I'll probably do that right now while I'm here. Yeah. Cool. Hold it down for me. I will take it. So, yeah. So, with this event being at the end of October, I'm going to assume that it's probably going to be pretty cold out. So, obviously, I'm prepping for a cold game. I got some long sleeve thermals, dry t-shirts, funny masks. This is a Halloween weekend, so I might run this for shits and giggles for the event. But if not, I mean, it'll definitely keep my face warm. So, but I was thinking about actually running this for a Russian kit and then using the iPro. I think it would come out really cool. Run like one of the AKs that I own, since I don't ever use them. Something really cool like that. But yeah, no. Gear-wise, that's basically where I'm running. We're going to have about 8 people in our party for this event. So we had to upgrade on a tent. got a pretty big tent going. Plus, it's big enough to where I can back up my pickup truck to the back of the tent. So then we can have like a little cooking section. I'll bring a generator, all that jazz. It's gonna be a fun time. If you've never gone to a Milsim event before, it's basically, well, obviously there's different levels. Like you have Milsim West, and Milsim West is basically like 40 hours nonstop. You bring your camp with you onto the field at all times. American Milsim, it's more of like an intermediate Milsim, where it's still the idea of ongoing conflict, but they do let you walk off the field whenever you need. Typically, the AOs for American Milsim aren't super duper huge, but they are pretty massive to where I would need to run my cell phone with a map just so I can keep into comms with my guys, obviously. I don't want to get lost. Not in these AOs. They're pretty massive. They're pretty massive. So I'm trying to take this flat pack off of the chest rig. I was trying to decide if I wanted to run a plate carrier or a chest rig for this event, but I think I'm honestly just going to stick with the plate carrier. And I will build this out for the next Milsim, probably around the springtime. I think this winter will probably be more open plays and like indoor games. So if any of you guys are in Ohio and want to play indoor with me, hit me up. I am looking for people to hang out with and whatnot. This is the chest rig. Yeah, really cool. I'm going to toss it off to the side. Here we have the flat pack. I like it because it can be very compact. And then, of course, if you hit these zippers, it does extend out. So it extends out more, but I just like to keep it compact. But this is really great for low profile. And, of course, if you need to pack more gear, you can. You have that space. But the fact that you can take it and then make it super thin on your back is lovely. If you don't have one, I highly recommend these for backpack setups. Really, anything from Haley is pretty nice for what it is, especially for multiple hour games. So, love it, love it. Let's see, iPro, face mask. Helmet setup. I'm probably going to take this upstairs. I'm going to probably charge up it for the most part. So, keep this off to the side. Take the plate carrier, I'm done with this. Going to toss it in the bag. Keep it stashed. Because I do have to leave tomorrow morning. Where's the vent? Let's try to change this. Okay. Nope, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Okay, so I'm going to basically do a quick overview of the rifles that I'm running. Again, these are Airsoft. These are not real. YouTube kind of banned me to the shadow realm for like a week because I didn't make that clear. Anyways, so from the main rifle, you've seen this on Instagram. I'm going to be running the 416, the peanut butter and jelly setup. I'm going to run an Ace Tech tracer unit. It's really good. And of course, I have my scope cam mount in the front. Trying to hold a light in a phone. This is really difficult. Yeah, I ran this for Homecoming, or not Homecoming, Arsenal and Central Front at American Milsim last year. So, of course, I'm running the EOTech and the SIG magnification flip over, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, as a backup rifle, I like to run two. We are running my custom Mark 18. I've ran this in the past, but I've actually put a GBBR optic mount on it with my SIG sight. This is upgraded. It's got a flat hop, a Prometheus inner barrel, and a Gate Titan MOSFET. It's programmed for semi and 3-round bursts. I thought 3-round bursts would honestly be pretty badass for events, since most events don't usually require full auto. But some do. Some are cool if you haven't burst. Sidearms. So obviously we have the 19X. This is what I carry in real life. So it's good to have reps with that as well. And then, of course, we're rocking out the brand new Flux Kit. This will actually be a last resort weapon. There has been times where I've gone through all of my ammo, but at least I'll have a Flux Kit to kind of help me out. So I'll put that in the back of my plate carrier. as a backup with the mags for it as well. And of course, for ammo wise, I'm always running HPA. I think they're honestly the best quality BBs on the market, especially for outdoor performance. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then, yeah, some patches too. If any of you guys are going to this event and actually come up to me, I will give you a patch. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, no, I am super stoked for this event. I think it'll be the perfect way to basically end the year. You know, I'm running out some new gear. I'm running out some new weapon configuration. Got some sexy ass camo. Like, it's all coming together. It really is. So I'm really excited. But yeah, that's basically everything that I'm running so far. I wish I could pick it up and show you guys, but I can't. YouTube literally does not want me to show these at all. But even though they're fake, they're not real. But you know, it's kind of just the world we live in, so we have to be careful. And I obviously don't want the channel to get demonetized, so I gotta play with the rule. But anyways, yeah, guys, that's gonna be the whole video. That's basically a run through of everything that I'm running for this event. I'll do a live stream probably Friday night and show off the campsite and everyone else's kit and gear. We'll get everyone together for it. It'd be really cool. But yeah, that's basically the whole thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I can get some really good clips for you guys and some footage for this event, you know. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the field. I don't know how to end this. I'm so new to this.